Akwa Ibom State Government to construct road and palm oil mill in Ika local government area. State House of Assembly hosts public hearing on bills to curb rising food prices. Plus, farmers in Akwa Ibom State lament high costs of farm inputs. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the news at 10 on NTA Uyo. My name is Dianime Uko. This news is reaching you live on our Star Times channel 103 and on our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube. Akwa Ibom State Government is set to construct the Ikwarudom Nkbogeto Road and set up a palm oil mill in Ika local government area. Governor Umoino announced this while speaking at a special Thanksgiving in honor of Emmanuel Udofia, the Primate Emeritus of the African Church. Kelvin Samuel reports.
According to the Bible, went about doing good, healing the sick, and setting the oppressed free. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umoino, has continued in this line of the gospel since assumption of office, spreading the good news of development to all nooks and crannies of the state. Today, some communities in Akwa Ibom State have only watched governance on TVs and hear from radio stations, now have practical views of government's presence in their various communities. This is the turn of the people of Ikwarudom in Ika local government area to share in the joy of the Arise agenda, as the governor who was in the area to felicitate with the Primate Emeritus of the African Church, Emmanuel Udofia, announced the state government's plans to construct Ikwarudom Nkbogeto Road and a modern palm oil mill to help for easy movement of goods and services in the area.
We have intervened in schools, we have intervened in hospitals, we have intervened in other projects in this state, and will continue to do so. We have intervened in paying gratuity to retirees. We have intervened in the welfare of civil servants in our state. We have intervened, most importantly, in continue to maintain the peace of our state. And that means we have to work collaboratively with all our sons and daughters across party lines.
The celebrant and other stakeholders of Ika were thrilled by this gesture as they reassured him of their unalloyed support to ensure his administration succeeds.
The establishment of this institution, which is in tandem with your Arise agenda on privatized vocational education, is born out of my desire to leave a leading legacy for self-actualization and development of our youth.
I salute you, I welcome you, and I will give you all the necessary support. With the people that are coming behind me, will give you the necessary support to make sure that we deliver Akwa Ibom State.
The blessing that Jesus brought to this world, you will bring blessing to this place. Throughout your administration, wherever you go, because you've done this, you'll be blessed to be a blessing in Jesus' name.
The Commissioner for Works and Fire Service is to come up with modalities for the construction of the selected roads. From Ika local government area of Akwa Ibom State, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
Let's now head to the legislature, where lawmakers and some stakeholders in Akwa Ibom State have declared support for an executive bill sent to the State Assembly by Governor Umoino. They made this known during a public hearing by the House Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources held at the Assembly Complex, Uyo. Nsikak Okun has details.
The Speaker of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Udamotong, says the agency will ensure stabilized food prices and thank Governor Umoino for seeking to establish the new innovative agency. The Speaker was represented by a member for Ikono State constituency.
Let us recall that the secret of the much talked about agricultural success of the 60s was the commodity boards, equivalent at the time of the envisaged Akwa Ibom State Bulk Purchase Agency. The commodity boards, which involve the licensed buying agent, kept commodity quality steadily high, made for price stability, insulated the farmer from the vagaries of market forces, while at the same time leaving the business of agriculture as attractive as it can be.
Chairman of the committee and member for Ibisiko Sultan State Constituency, Pastor Obong Atta, commended stakeholders for coming out to make their contributions known and noted that the bill has the potential to address several key issues facing the nation and states.
To help ensure food security, stabilize prices of commodities, and promote efficiency in the distribution of food items. Additionally, it will create opportunities for local farmers, thereby contributing to the GDP and the overall growth of our economy.
Some stakeholders also made their contributions.
The agency to buy food in bulk and ensure that they're made available to our people at relatively low market prices. And this is a remedial measure to cushion the current tax caused by inflation.
That government should acquire the land in all the local government areas as proposed by him for mechanized farming. That government warehouses be made readily available to offtake all the products from the farmers to avoid wastages.
The grant suggests that sections 2 and 3 of the bill should be reviewed to raise the upper limit of the loaning and guarantee powers of the board from 2 million naira to 50 million naira.
The bill for a law to establish the Akwa Ibom State Bulk Purchase Agency for the purchase of bulk commodity in the state and for other matters connected thereto is aimed at mitigating high cost of foodstuff in the state and ensure food security and sufficiency. Nsika Okon, NTN News.
Meanwhile, the Speaker, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Udeme Otong, has pledged legislative action on the demands made by the state chapter of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC. Mr. Otong made the pledge while the NLC protesters made a stopover at the Assembly Complex, Udo-Udoma Avenue, Uyo. Nsikak Okun has the report.
The Speaker, while commending the protesters for a peaceful demonstration, assured them of Governor Moino's commitment to ensure food sufficiency in the state. Mr. Tong also highlighted the upcoming legislation aimed at reducing the cost of living and stabilize prices of commodities.
What he did immediately when he heard about this hunger, when he realized as a leader that the people are hungry, that the people are angry, he decided to send a bill of bulk purchase, which we are going to pass immediately now. For the government to buy food commodities and sell at a very cheap rate for the entire white people. It's going to give loans to farmers to continue to cultivate so that we have enough food. When you cultivate, the government will go and buy your products. So the issue of hunger in the part of state will reduce very soon.
Earlier, the NLC State Chairman Sonny James, who led the protesters to the State House of Assembly, lamented that people have been stretched to their limits due to the excessive hunger and hardship in the country. He urged the state lawmakers to make laws that would address the problems of the people and enable them to eat on a daily basis.
So we are aware that allocation of Akwa Ibom has appreciated relatively very high. The allocation to the local government has increased relatively very well. We want to encourage, I want you to encourage them by oversight. Let our more money translate to more property, to translate to more companies, translate to more money in our pocket.
Both leaders commended the State Police Commissioner, Director of DSS, and all security agencies in the state for their solidarity and support, especially giving the protesters premium security and ensure that everything went successfully. Nsika Okon, NTN News.
From the Assembly, a news and current affairs program is set to hit the airwaves of NTA Uyo A statement by the producer indicates that the program comes up every Friday from 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. The program promises to keep viewers abreast with the activities of their representative, get informed about latest laws and motions that impact on their welfare directly. Join From the Assembly on StarTimes Channel 103 and on Facebook and YouTube at NTA Uyo. From the Assembly, giving the citizens access to legislative proceedings. The University of Uyo has announced that the 98th inaugural lecture of the institution will hold today. This is contained in a statement signed by the university's registrar and secretary to Senate, Mrs. Blossom Okorie. The 98th inaugural lecture will be delivered by Dominic Albert Akpan, a professor of economic history and security studies, Faculty of Arts, on the topic Growing Nigeria's Economy for National Security and Development. The venue for the 98th inaugural lecture is the university's 1,000-seater TED Fund Auditorium at the main campus, Nwangiba Road, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Accordingly, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Nyaudo Ndayo, is inviting all members of Senate, the university community, and interested members of the public to the 98th inaugural lecture of the university. Guests are expected to be seated by 2:45 in the afternoon. In a bid to enhance a drug-free society, Crux Care International has unveiled natural remedies to salvage challenging ailments through the use of natural spices. The organization made this known during its inauguration held at number 1 Umaren Lane, Uyo. Abasenyanga Ekpenyong has details.
Crux Care International says it is offering skills that will promote a healthy lifestyle at a low cost. Inaugurating the initiative in Uyo, the state capital, the Chief Executive Officer of Crux Care International, Dr. Joseph Dawode, said the organization came with natural remedies to ailments through hands-on techniques and the use of natural spices. He added that Crux came to cushion the effects of illnesses, including strokes, high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney problems, among other types of terminal diseases.
Use spices to spice the organs. You can use some spices and then just to drink it with hot water. Before you realize that thing that you are feeling, that sickness or abnormality in the body, you know that it will be normalized. You will be feeling the abnormality in your body and you feel okayness. It helps the body organs to work very well. So the functionality of the body, what is matter. So we believe the spices in the kitchen can restore back your life that you needed, which is your health life.
High point of the event was the presentation of awards to some deserving members of the organization. Some of the awardees appreciated the organization and pledged to show more commitment for the growth of the company.
With the skill that I have, so many people will not be dying anyhow because of lack of knowledge. With Crux, we can rescue. With Crux, the body can be reset to heal itself. The body, the machine that God has put in the body, can take care of itself.
The most wonderful thing is the drugless system we are using, the OTP, that is origin point therapy. Because what we are doing does not bring about any side effects. It's what we are using natural spices to work on clients.
First experience was a hot water therapy. That hot water is a therapy, and they did massage on me. When I went back home, I was from the Sarah that came to the seminar was a different Sarah the following day. So I was desirous to learn it.
The organization is calling interested members of the public who wish to join them to visit their office at number 1 Umaren Lane by Akar Road, Uyo. In Uyo, Abasenyanga Ekpenyong, NTA News.
Away from that, some farmers in Uyo have identified high transportation costs, non-availability and affordability of fertilizers, unions and other challenges as setback to smooth operations of farming activities in the state. Utube Achibong, on special assignment, interacted with some farmers and filed in this report.
With the rising cost of living in recent times, Nigerians suggest it has become necessary for more people to shift attention to farming, perhaps the reason for the early commencement of planting in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital. While the farmers are hoping for the rains, this year early planting can encourage good yield and food sufficiency.
Everything is because of the fuel. So when they reduce the high cost of fuel, everything